Hello. Hello guys, we will start in 2 minutes. Okay guys, so let's start. So Ketul, can you start the presentation?
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Ketul, and I'm working with Mind Browser as a senior software engineer. And we are here for demo dynamic personalization for healthcare apps using Firebase remote config.
Hello, Ketul,
Yes.
your voice is echo. Just a minute. Ketul, you're on StreamYard. Just navigate to the call.
Screen is visible now?
Ketul,
Yes.
on StreamYard, just go to the that Zoho call, then start sharing again for a slide.
Now it's better.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the today's webinar on Firebase remote config and its transformative role in healthcare application. My name is Ashok and we have Ketul with us. In today's webinar, we will explore how this performance helpful tool can enhance the patient's experience and improve health outcomes. And Mount Browser has this type of presentations, events every month in new different topics for you guys to stay connected with us on LinkedIn. So, hi everyone. Uh, I will introduce ourselves. That I am Ashok, and engineering lead around an 8 year of experience in mobile app development. Currently, I lead the team in Mind Browser, where I focus on the building a high quality, scalable applications and optimize the performance. Ketul, you
Hello
can.
everyone. Yes, I already introduced myself once again. So I'm Ketul Kumar Thakur and I'm working as a senior software engineer here in my browser. And today we are here for Firebase config, remote config demo.
So this is our today's agenda. So we will explore what is Firebase, how we can use that in our healthcare application. So how the setups should be for the Firebase remote config for your healthcare applications. We can see in the next coming slides. Also, we will personalizing patient experience, how it should be that can explore, and we also can check that enabling the dynamic features using a toggles in our application that can be handled for the different age of patients or different cases. We can explore that as well, and also we can see how the A/B testing should be performed, and that enhance our engaging the patients or users or application. And also we can see the case studies that have that are currently using the Firebase remote config. Then we will go for the live demo. There we can see most of these points in current implementation, and then we will have some quiz, and then we can go to the Q&A section. Now we will start with the introduction. Yeah, Ketu.
Yes, thank you, sir. In today's fast-paced digital healthcare app must meet the dual demand for delivery and accuracy, up-to-date information while catering to individual needs. Firebase Remote Config help achieve this balance by enabling real-time updates and tailored experience without the need for any updates. It's a game changer, especially in healthcare industry, while lives can depend on timely and accurate data delivery. Healthcare is deeply personalized for each patient has a unique needs, preferences, medical conditions. Personalizing improve engagement, patient specification, and dedication to health plans. Meanwhile, adaptability ensure that apps remain relevant and efficient, whether it is responding to public health domains, health crises, or supporting patient across different regions. Firebase Remote Config equips develop with tools to meet these critical demands. Our today's goal is to understand how Firebase Remote Config can be leveraged to create more dynamic and patient-centric healthcare apps. We are moving to next slide. So let's now discuss how Firebase Remote Config is not just a tool but a revolution in healthcare app deliver value to their user. We will explore three capabilities. First is personalized content delivery, dynamic feature management, and real-time updates. And they are specifically empower healthcare solutions. So let's move it to first one. One of the standout feature of Firebase Remote Config is its ability to deliver personalized content seamlessly. In healthcare, every patient is unique, demographically like age, gender, language, medical history influence the kind of information or service they need. With Firebase Remote Config, you can create tailored experience for each user. Let's see the use cases. Imagine a healthcare app that provides fitness tips. For younger user, it focuses on staying active. The app might display workout routines and diet tips. For an older user managing a chronic condition, the focus could shift to medication reminders and lifestyle advice. By dynamically configure content based on parameters like user preferences, remote config helps ensure that every patient receives relevant and meaningful information. Another game-changing capability is the dynamic feature management. With Firebase Remote Config, you can toggle feature on or off instantly without requiring any app updates. So why it is important in healthcare? So rolling out new feature gradually ensure stability, compliance, and user satisfaction. For instance, if your app introduces a new telemedicine service, you can use remote config to launch the feature to a test group first for a feedback. After that, we can expand the rollout, ensure it's seamlessly scale smoothly, and each user can get benefit from it. This is particularly valuable in healthcare where errors or downtime can have serious outcomes. Remote config provides the flexibility to test, refine, and implement feature safety and efficiency. In healthcare, timely communication is not negotiable. Firebase remote config enable real-time updates, ensuring critical information reaches user instantly without waiting on App Store approval like disaster condition. We have COVID condition there, so we can roll out our real-time updates with uh, Firebase remote config. During a health emergency such as disease outbreak, remote config can update the app, highlight prevention measurement, vaccine schedules, and nearby testing centers. For chronic disease management, it can push personalized medication alerts or reminder based on real-time health data. The ability to adapt the dynamically ensure that your user should stay informed and engaged at all times. From personalized content delivery, its seamless feature management and real-time updates, Firebase Remote Config transform how healthcare apps operate. It empowers the developer to respond dynamically to patient needs, regulatory changes, and emergency healthcare trends. Over to you, Ashok.
Yeah. So now, let's dive into the practical steps for an setup and out the Firebase remote config. In this section, we will cover the initial setup, defining the parameters, then implementing the fetch and active logic that should fetch your all the parameters, and we will explore that ensuring the compliances with the healthcare regulations. The first step is setting up the Firebase remote config in your healthcare app. That start by creating an Firebase remote config with an Firebase remote project from the Firebase console. In next, generate an Firebase SDK into your integrate that Firebase SDK in your application, and process various slides depending on whether you are developing it for iOS or it for the Android. Also, we can do it for the web as well. And Firebase provide detailed guideline to integrate that all the each every platform, making it easy to get started. Once the SDK is in place, enable the remote config in the Firebase configuration consoles, and this setup is create the foundation for using the remote config to manage your application, whether it's for behavior, and dynamically we can handle our app features. And after all the setups, once it's complete, then next step is to define the parameters that we want to dynamically handles. And parameters are is we can say it's a key value pair, so that represents the customizations, and we can set at all types of elements in your app. So, like for example, you could define a parameter displaying the region-specific health tips, such as like if you want to set health tips for the day, that we can add a parameter in the Firebase console and assign some values for it. And another common use case is customizing your UI components. For instance, you might have parameters to control some visibility for a new feature, and you also can define whi- which users can see that. Yeah. And also we can ensure that our app should remain adaptable to change the users needs. Yeah. Once we have defined all our required parameters, then we can go to our actual logical implementation. In your logical implementation, we can first have to fetch the values and apply this. So use the Firebase SDK to fetch the latest Firebase remote values and that configurations from the cloud. This can be done in your app launch. Also, we can utilize it when you need an in specific intervals or any specific screens. That configuration we can uh, utilize in our application as per our requirement. After fetching, apply these values using an active method that will help you to use that value whatever we have set in the configurations. This ensures that updating the parameters and take effective immediate Finally, the most important part is like you have must ensure that your app should compliance with the healthcare regulations like HIPAA and GDPR. That like Firebase provides tools to help maintain compliances, but there are some additional measures that data encryption, access controls, audit log, and patient data separation. That ensures like data encryption to all the data exchanges within a Firebase with encrypted to in transit and at rest. Access control like restricts the access to Firebase config parameters to authorized personals only. And when we go to the audit logs, that helps us to use the Firebase uh, monitors tools to maintain log for the parameters and change the we can say it's our logs to check our parameters change for transparency who had changed that parameter or any value. In patient data separation, we can avoid storing patient identifier information in remote config. Instead of use some unique identifiers for map back to the that secure database. By following all these steps, setting up your setup for the your healthcare application, defining the parameters, and after implementing the fetch and active logic, we are good to go with our healthcare application. Next slide. Yeah. So in this section, it's one of the most important, or we can say impactful aspect of Firebase remote config for your healthcare application, that personalizing the patient's experience. In this segment, we will discuss how you can deliver targeted healthcare tips, adaptive content for diverse diversing the patient needs, and dynamically manage the medication guides to all to enhance the patient's engagement. And first, like we can say that targeted health tips, that like personalized health tips significantly improve the patient's engagement and promote their lifestyles using the configuration. And Firebase remote configuration makes this easy to allow you to target content based on the patient's profile and their health data. Let's say your app collects data after the user uh, health goal during the onboarding, such as like weight loss, some stress management, or any fitness improvement while onboarding. Using the configurations, you can serve some tolerated tips or any like recommended low impact exercises for seniors that we can manage. Also, mindfulness practices for users reported that has some high stress level. This level of personalization builds trust and ensures that the content resolution must each patient has that unique journey. And that next like healthcare apps has some center of the diverse users group with varying needs. Remote config enables adaptability content delivering by dynamically adjusting some user app UIs or any feature that differentiates some diagnostic graphics or any medical conditions. If we see a specific interfaces for younger users, app might feature gamified some uh, elements to ensure some healthy habits, while the old or any adult might refer an significant UI or with some larger text UI to easily navigate to that will help for the adult users. Also, for any condition specific guidelines for users managing like diabetes, the app could highlight some glucose tracking tools that will help the user. For those with an cardio issues, it could prioritize some heart health content. You can adjust the language complexity based on the user's literacy level as well. This adaptability ensures that your app remains the inclusive and effective across all patients group. Staying up to date that the with an medical information is crucial in healthcare. The Firebase remote config can help you by dynamically managing the medical guidelines in your app dynamically whenever they have any change in their guidelines. You can say if any guidelines or drug instructions are discovered, and we have to inform it immediately on your app for the users. If we update any information in configuration, that allows you to ensure that patient have that most accurate information immediately on their phone. For example, like patient prescribes multiple medications might receive customized instructions to minimize the interaction risk and optimize the dose schedules. That will help to patient in a real time real life to make sure with an updated guidelines. Now Ketul will explain how the dynamic features could be toggles.
Yes. So in healthcare apps, rolling out new features can be a delicate process. A bug or unexpected user experience could affect trust, compliance, and patient outcomes. Like each time we roll out new feature, we need to pass the guidelines for app approvals, so we can prevent and take the first mover advantage by enabling some critical features. So let's walk through the steps to implement and manage feature toggle effectively. The first step is enabling dynamic feature toggle is to identify features you want to roll out gradually. We have few examples of feature in healthcare apps, like new telemedicine module, AI-powered symptoms checkers, and interactive patient education tools. So we can introduce these features by enabling or disabling according to on page patient ages and country regulations. So by toggling these features, you can introduce them to small subset of users, gather feedback, and ensure stability before full rollout. This minimizes the risk while enabling innovations. Once you have identified the feature used, next step is to set up flags using Firebase remote config parameter. These flags act as a switch to control the availability of a specific feature. What kind of user you need to first user for this feature. You can define a descriptive parameter in the Firebase console, assign default values, for instance, create conditions to target specific user groups. Configuring flag this allow you to manage feature availability dynamically. After setting up these flags, you will need to implement the logic in your app to check and respond to these flags. According their values, it can be dynamically changed all over the apps. Finally, after enabling your feature toggles, it's crucial to monitor their performance and adjust the rollout as needed. The interactive process ensures that your features are refined and ready before reaching a broader audience. So let's move on something that's incredibly powerful for improving healthcare apps engagement, A/B testing. A/B testing allows you to optimize your apps for better user experience and outcomes, whether it's timing of notification, the UI layouts, or a new feature adoption. Notification play a crucial role in healthcare apps, especially when for medication reminders, but they can key action is when you should send them to user. With A/B testing, you can test different notification timing to see which ones drive better dedication. For example, you might test sending medication reminder early in morning versus late in evening. For working professionals, evening reminders might work better, while seniors may respond to morning prompts. It will help them to remind for their medication. By analyzing which timing gets more users to take action, another is the user interface. Design has a direct impact on usability and accessibility, especially in healthcare apps caters to diverse audience. With A/B testing, you can experiment with different UI layouts to determine which design works best. If we see an example scenario, you might test simplified layout with a larger font for older users versus feature-rich dashboard to younger users. You can experiment with button placement, color contrast, and navigation flow to make sure user can easily access critical features like healthcare records or appointment booking in a first screen. Rolling out new features is exciting, but it's important to understand how they impact user engagement and outcomes. A/B testing allows us to measure feature adoption by comparing user behavior before and after enabling this feature. A/B testing empower by all these to make informed decisions that drive engagement and improve user outcomes. Now we are moving to case studies.
Yeah. So before we jump into the live demo, let's take a look at some real-time examples that had some success stories of companies that has leveraged the Firebase to drive their impactful results in their businesses. With this case studies showcase how the Firebase can scale app and reduce the cost and streamline the development goal that ensures that equally relevant to the healthcare applications. Let's start with the Hotstar. So one of the largest streaming platform, Hotstar, needed a solution to handle its massive user base while they are keeping users engaged. By leveraging Firebase remote config, they were able to scale the effectively and run the experiment that leads to an 38% increase in user engagement. So now we will be thinking, what does mean it for the our healthcare application. So it shows the power of real-time personalizing and the testing. Whether you are optimizing the content delivering for any content delivery or notification strategies, Firebase remote config allows you to make some data-driven decisions that keep your users engaged and it like just like Hotstar did. So next, let's look at the eBay Motors. They face some challenges quickly categorizing some vehicles uploaded by user. By using the Firebase ML, and eBay Motors optimize the email recognition and significantly reduce the manual work, cutting down the cost and improve the user experience. So why this is relevant for the healthcare applications. So imagine the integrating any similar capabilities into the healthcare app. Automatically the categorization for the medical reports, some prescriptions or any patients uploaded images or any reports that Firebase ML along with the Firebase config can streamline the process and saving the time for both patients and the healthcare providers. And finally we will see that there Asinto, that is a growing tech company. Asinto use the Firebase streamlining the speed up their app development, and this cycle has development made some 25% of improvements, and this was achieved through dynamic feature management and faster testing, and also for favor of code changing during some rotations. So how does this applies to the healthcare? We can see that with Firebase remote config, we can quickly test new features like we can say telemedications or any medicine tools or any symptom checker, that health reminders we can manage with the configurations. Like we can say that this feature ensures your applications involves rapidly some to meet the patient's needs and regular updates. Now we will dive into the demo with some important point to keep in mind. By default, Firebase remote config fetches new data from the backend only once every 12 hours in a production mode only. In this ensures optimal performance and avoids unnecessary fetch calls. However, during the development, you can reduce this interval for rapid interventions. We can use multiple times and fetch multiple times in any new values in our development time. Okay. Now we will start with the live demo.
Okay, let's we start with the demo. So we have pre-built application for testing the remote Firebase remote config. So here is a dashboard for Firebase remote config, and we have live application here. So we can, based on input, we can change all the uh, data shown here by it will be quickly reflect, and we can check how it will be work for everyone. So we can toggle one of these features or from Firebase dashboard. Also, user can get up-to-date information while accessing the applications. So we are changing these tips from Firebase remote config. So here we updated the information in a Firebase remote config, and we are trying to publish the changes, and it will be reflect in our application in sometimes. So this is very helpful for in situation when everybody is in healthcare sector is real-time updates, and we are providing real-time information from our applications. So also we can manipulate all the settings here from like UI we can change. Also we have multiple language options from this side. So it will be changed according the country, and we can also add new contents based on our requirement, and it will be reflect using Firebase remote config. So we can have multiple country rollouts, and also there is a lots of changes in UI, so we can provide it using quickly. Like there is a natural disaster alert, we can toggle on off by enabling from here. Healthcare risk alerts we can manipulate from here of from Firebase remote config, so it will be quickly reflect to the set of groups, or even all the country we can roll out these updates quickly for each users. So we are writing this code here. So here is some logical part we need to handle, like getting values from Firebase. Here there is a we can manipulate according to our logic, and this will be help for like prevent unnecessary app updates where user are not timely updating their apps. So it will be quickly for them for provide critical information. So based on our learnings, we are moving to the our quiz sections. So we have 4 minutes to solve the quiz. Before quiz, enter your valid email address, and winner will be finalized based on the score and fastest to solve the quiz. Top three winner will get certifications from Mind Browser, and one winner will get Code Grip subscription for a code review.
Yeah, so I'll be sharing the quiz link in a chat. So you guys can start uh, the quiz. So we can start the timer for 4 minutes, and you guys can do your answer.
Time up, guys.
Okay, guys. So we will see some our product that is an code grip. So it is an analytics tool to review your code in some quality checks that help you to analyze your code and improve your coding standards. So we have that tool developed by mind browser, so you can utilize it. We have that tool, uh, and it will be the 6 month subscription for the first winner who has in a win in quiz competition. Okay. Thanks. So, as we wrap up, so let's quickly recap what we have covered today. So, Firebase Remote Config enables some personalized and personalizations and adaptability, the key of modern healthcare applications. And we explored dynamically personalization, feature toggling, A/B testing to improve the engagement and the outcomes for your applications. That will help in multiple features for your healthcare applications, and in real time examples like Hotstar, eBay, Motors, and Asintro show that how Firebase drives scalable, effective for their businesses, and how the users are satisfied with their applications. So personalizing and real-time updates in healthcare app that leads to a better experience and improves the healthcare, and improve the adherence and the faster innovations for their application. Okay, next we have on a Q&A. So if you have any questions, guys, keep posted in Q&A section. Okay, so as we don't have any questions, we can move to the next slide, which had some current openings in our mind browser. So here are the list of that openings. If anyone is interested or any references, they can share it. And the next slide, we have the contacts for us. We can contact us over these emails. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you, everyone.